And if I should just do this another time because there's something going on today. I can't believe I just didn't remember to not check the Insta to make sure I was on the proper road. So I feel like I should just do this another time. Oh, yes, I had to restart my computer. So I'm trying to get it back out if I can. Your channel. Okay. Thanks again for showing up. I'm trying to get back my other guest. Share. What's up? What's up? What's up? So this one, and this one. Share. Send. And then we have share again on Facebook. Has problem by checking. I can't believe I didn't remember to check the internet before. Because one, based on where I'm in the house, one internet wouldn't be good for where I am now. The other one is, but I don't know why my computer don't automatically log on to the one that's closest to me. It's really annoying. Trying to get by my guest. How are you, though, Mr. B? How are you, Chrissy? Because we know you. We should not call it that. We know you at all right now. Send. This is so much better. Hi, guys. Welcome back. I had a bit of technical difficulty before, but it looks better now. It look like I'm definitely gotten over that internet home. I'm trying to get back my guest. Oh, wait, I think I sent it to the wrong group. Serious Skylar panel discussion. Okay, quiz. All right, so for hi everyone. So for everyone that's new here, my name is Skylar. You're watching Serious Skylar TV. This is my first official live stream, and of course, the topic we're talking about today is violence against women. Of course, this uproar right now was definitely sparked by what we call the Canis Jackson case from two weeks ago. Yeah, and I basically in the previous session that I just had, I basically brushed on the fact the ideas of the masses, and one stands out more to me than the other, and that is we are nationalizing Canice's case because she's light skinned, she's brown, she's Indian, she's long hair, she's pretty. And I just wanted people to understand it from a different perspective. And I don't believe that's true. I don't believe that's why her case was broadcasted the way it was. I think we've had other cases that I think they're all beautiful, but of course when they're not all brown. Ananda, she's not brown. She's a dark skinned, beautiful young girl. We had Jasmine Dean. We had others before her that would definitely highlight it. I think right now, and I would like to remind everybody that Pomor is just a big area. It's a big area, and not only that, Portmore people don't only penetrate St. Catherine, they penetrate Kingston a lot. So when we heard that Canice's of when we heard of Canice's case at first, we didn't know that we automatically assumed, okay, one taxi kidnapper. We didn't know that it was someone that was close to her that did what they did to her. So of course, in our heads, some sense of remorse is gonna trigger off because um, that could be me, that could be my sister that takes the bus every day, that could be um, my cousin, my auntie from the area there, that could be any one of our family members. And as a result, we felt that case deeply. People don't understand that, and I don't know why people understand that. Hi, Tajay Neil. Welcome to the live stream. Hi, chilling with Lady D. It's a new live. Yes, it is a new live. And press the like button. Yes, I need to say that to love. I need to say that. Don't forget to press the like button, share with your friends, encourage them to come over and have their input on the issue. I'm still waiting for a guest. Would you like to come up? Hi, Willa's Kitchen. It's always someone who is close to you that's doing these things. Some here, you know. Some here. Some here. All right, so I'm gonna put a link in the bio. I'm gonna put a link in the chat. Maybe Christina can tell me, or oh, Adam like calling him Christina. Can tell me how I can pin something in the chat. I don't know how to. All right, so there's a chat. Anyone willing to come up and have this conversation with me? I would love that very much. Let's hear your views. Oh my God, someone is messaging. Hi, Willow's Kitchen. Thanks for coming by. Share out the host. Get her to 20 likes. Thank you, Willow's Kitchen. Anybody want to come up? What's your views? So I think I remember seeing Mr. B and I saying it is always someone who is close to you that's doing these things. And history definitely have proven that that's the case. In most cases, it's someone that you're close with that is probably going to end up taking you from this earth. Anybody want to come up and have this conversation with me? The link, I hope I put it in there good. I hope I put it in there good because God knows. God knows. I hope that link is showing good. Don't know how to pin. Right, so no, it's not giving me the option to pin. What you guys doing today? How did you guys celebrate Easter? Hi, Miss Taryn. You want to come up and chat with me? The link, I just put the link in the chat. Yay! I select script. Hi! Hi, mermaid hair girl. How are you? All right, so today, you didn't hear about what going on in Jamaica, Taryn? You heard about the Canice Jackson case and what happened to her?
No, what's happened? Remember, Simon is a Jamaican, so
no, but not only want to know everything. All right, so
it's because
all right.
One girl always post them something they suck at, that's so mean. But she
okay. So basically, this girl, her name is Canice Jackson. About 2 Wednesdays ago, she definitely left for work and she just never showed up. She never even showed up to work. Yep.
I forgot
Yep.
the name.
So of course
Yes.
that, yes, so that has sparked some uproar,
Mm-hmm.
and people are now talking about violence against women.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that's not supposed to happen. But what I really want to, what Kanice's case did highlight is that a lot of us females have male friends, and sometimes the male friends will do stuff for us, and we just take it like they're our friends. Like you do stuff for your friend, nothing wrong with that.
It
But
depends how
lately,
long I know them though. If it's
huh?
someone that I know for years, then I'll be more at ease. But some of them I just so I'm going to kind of question it. Um
True.
you tell me say you like them, I tell you say I do really feel that I'm going to see a move because it even happened to me. And what happens is that I stopped talking to the person for a very, 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 very long time until them come back and say, yeah, well, I apologize. I understand that you do like me that way. And then from there, so good. But her case, though, it ended up sis.
If I think that, well, it's alleged. I don't want to say anything, but I think that's what happened. Um, maybe, maybe, just maybe. And I'm not saying, I'm not telling anybody to take this as facts right now, but
Mm-hmm.
it is alleged that he takes her to work every morning, right? This man is a 50-year-old. I do think it's weird in the beginning to basically have a 50-year-old friend being a 20-year-old, but fine. That may be how my mother grew me, because we know I have friends who just keep friends with old people all the time. But me grew up a certain way, so I can't keep friends with no old person, because every old person could have been my parent. So I'm gonna really be friends with them type of age group. Then I might think that. But and everybody grew up with us, so I can't knock nobody for that. But it is understanded. It was said in a voice note that he basically didn't carry her for the week before her death. Why did he just up and not carry her a week before her death? Her,
Because she declined, she didn't, she turned him down. And from there, wasn't it that because she turned him down, she stopped accepting his rights, or did he decide to stop carrying her?
I don't know. Like I said, all of this is alleged. This Candice is not here to basically say her part right now. So definitely, I cannot. You understand? I can't say nothing on that. But the question is, men should, like, who should we not be taking gifts from? Because that man knew that lady, he knew her for more than a year based on my understanding. So at what point should we start taking gifts? What kind of gifts do you think that we should be taking? And at what point do you think we should not be accepting gifts?
When they seem to be a little bit too clingy, too touchy feely, just up in your face, they seem to be getting jealous a lot more, and you're like, what's going on?
I
I missed your call and your customer out. Like I was out with friends,
know.
upset. So like you're sitting with another guy, and you're like, why were you with him? What's going on?
I want to know that, right? All right. What about, all right? That definitely, me no want to get that toxic with and no man, no me and no man. When me not deal with, well, me no want to get toxic then at all, but me no want to get reach that level. For me, I think, I think one, me not up and accept gifts from anybody. You and I supposed to at least know each other for some time to accept gifts. I think the only gifts I'll ever accept was from someone that I would consider not knowing too well is a birthday gift. Not even a Christmas gift, but a birthday gift. I think birthday gifts are okay to accept from anyone because it's your birthday. Of course, people are supposed to be giving you gifts. That's nice. But anything outside of that, I think you're not supposed to. Worse. Worse if you know the man like you. Worse if you know the man like you. I'm gonna add quiz. By the way, Taryn, this is basically the relaunch of a second live. Hi, quiz. I was there earlier and I had an interview with quiz, and then I had to cut it in the middle of the interview simply because you know internet issues. I never really checked the internet before me decide to come on live. I never make sure I'm up on the right router. Thanks for coming back, quiz. Um,
Hi, and hi to your other guest. What's your name, Terry?
Terrain.
Terry. Hi.
Jesus.
Mermaid hair Terrain. So quiz,
I'll just take that.
you're you're a male, right? Let me see if I can. I wonder if I can bring it up more. All right, this can, yeah. Share screen. See. Okay. All right. So, Quiz, you're a male, so I wanted to hear it from your view, right? Do you have any true female friends that you do nice stuff for? Because a lot of men have been coming out saying, first of all, if me I get things, you have to give me the buff. Yesterday I did a test run and that was what my brother said. That anything, you understand? So is this the case for most of the men? Is this the case for you?
It's not the case for me. Let me just get that off the book. It's probably a case for men, depends on the level of maturity that they have reached. Because I have friends who are females who I consider my sister. But then maybe it's based on where I'm coming from because I only had one sister and she wasn't living in the country. So I actually adopt other female friends who I consider are my sisters, and I have never at them in that light to say, all right, so me I go want to get involved with her or stuff like that. So I can actually see the person as a sister and lock off those feelings. But again, it all depends on the level of maturity. It depends on you training that mindset of yours to say this is it. Because for me, if you can't train your mindset to look at another female and say, all right, she's just a sister to me and there's nothing sexual or, emotionally with her, then for me, it's a big problem for that male because what happens when you have a daughter
Mm-hmm.
and she start to reach the teenage years and she start to have nice ass, nice breasts and all of that, and she start to look like the typical woman that you would have dated, right? What are you going to do then? How are you going to
Exactly.
separate that emotion or that feeling of wanting that particular figure? Because at that time you're looking at the female as quote unquote a sex object at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So when you now step into your adulthood and you start to see and you start to have children and you have particularly a daughter
Mm-hmm. You
and
start to look at life differently. That's what you're saying.
you
And
have
that's
to look
okay because I know he has a very beautiful daughter, guys, and she's mature for her age. She's
at
yeah. But
she's
anyway,
7 going on 21.
so anyways, I would like to highlight a comment in the section right now. Chilling with Lady D says so true, and I know yes, chilling, yes, Lady D, it's true. So first, Abner Leslie, my best friend, who's one of my friends that I feel like is my brother, he says men should stop looking at women as investments. How do you feel about that comment? Because let me tell you,
All
the
right,
word is coming a lot up in dating,
all right. You see, Leslie mentioned men should stop looking at women as investment.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that particular statement, I like that particular statement. Why? I was having a conversation with a female about 2 days ago, and I said, if you don't look at women or women as investment, then you see when they quote unquote diss you, like the voice note that you have been hearing about the man say him do so much for the woman and the woman diss him. If you
Yep.
don't if you don't look at it in that regard, just say it's an investment, then you can't, trust me, you cannot be feeling left out or feel cheated when she moves on, because whatever you do, you should be doing it because you want to do it because it makes you feel good, and not necessarily because you're trying to set a foundation where you can reap or harvest at a later date. So you see that statement is a very powerful one, and that is so true. You can't look at a woman as an investment because in the
What if
end,
I should say that I agree a bit? Let with the statement, well, not necessarily with the statement, but to understand why men would look at women as investments. But first, I want to look at the definition of what an investment is. Normally, an investment is a risk thing, right? You put your money in a something and you understand, say, all right, you might lose your money, but also you put it in the hoping you get back your money and more. That's what an investment is.
all
It's
right,
a thing.
good,
So
good.
I think, mhm.
Right, good. Hold on. Good. So, like how you said, all right. So, let us look at women as an investment now,
Yeah.
right? So, you have
Because if
risky
I'm not gonna
investments.
lie to you, hold on, give me a minute. I'm not gonna lie to you. I understand why men are using the term investment because if they're gonna date me, they're paying for my meals, they're paying to wine and dine me, and that's fine. And on my generation alone, men start do that for. And on my generation alone, they've been doing that from the dawn of time. They've been doing that. There's nothing wrong with that. Men just need to understand. Hi, new subscriber. Thanks, hi everyone. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to like the chat. Definitely come out as Lady D taught me. Come out of the chat, like it, and then click back live chat. So, anyways, I get how men would consider dating a woman an investment. Just think about it. You're taking her out on dates, whining and dining her, buying her gifts, maybe helping her out here and there. That's an investment. But I don't know why men feel like this investment is something that they can't handle if we should separate. You're dating with the under hoping it's a hope, it's a hope that yeah, we're gonna be together forever. But there's also understanding that we're gonna break up. Why them can't handle that? This has been happening for years. What's so weird about this generation of men?
But
Why
if you're
aren't
going
they
into an
getting out?
investment, but if you're going into an investment, right?
Okay, she's not back yet.
If you're going into an investment, you would sit down with your broker and you would look at both investment options, and you say one is risky, but it has higher returns. One is safe, but it has low returns.
Mm-hmm.
Most times, if we put it in the context of a woman, a man will go for the one with the higher risk for the most returns. Now, for me, it is a conversation that you must have then at the start of the relationship, or what you'd say the you must have that at the start of getting together. What are the risks? Because me always tell women, listen, me no say I may do this for you, but at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, we may not end up together. You might find a next man down the road. 3 months time, me can't stand you, you can't stand me. So it a go break up. And these are the things. So I will not do things way above my what you'd call my risk appetite. That's
You
the
know
word.
what you're basically saying is that you're not gonna give too much. You're not gonna give what you can't lose. That's what you're saying, right? Perfect.
Precisely.
Perfect. Um, The next comment I want to highlight is one by Chilling with Lady D. Welcome back, Terrain. Welcome back, Terrain.
Exactly. Unmute me. So I'm trying to figure out what gifts was he giving her aside from the ride, because I thought the only gifts was just the ride.
You know, semi ear say, and I want to use the word allegedly, but I hear that the co-workers are talking. And look, allegedly, guys, allegedly, it's not facts, it's hearsay. But we hear that the co-workers are talking, and the co-workers are saying that he would bring her lunch most of the time. The co-workers are saying that if she want to go any little place, he would have carry her. And when we hear all of that, if it's true, I'm not saying it's true, but when we hear all of that, it sounds like she was taking a bit too much. You understand? I'm not saying that's true. Like I said, it's hearsay. But if that
No
was the case,
wonder.
it sounded a little bit too much. You understand what I mean? If a man that carry me go work every day, but no say it's not that much. But carry me go work every day, carry me lunch every day. Of course the man like me. Even naive me would I know say the man like me. And this like
But
So I'm sure that him wasn't the sugar daddy and him never just want to cash in from the pums now.
what's that all ago?
It sound like the sugar daddy and him was trying to cash in.
Like I said, me no want
Cash
me
in the
no,
barman. And the
I guess
barman
the
was
test they're
missing.
doing forensics on her body right now, and they're trying to test what else went on other than the strangulation. So I don't know. I don't know what else to say other than that. It's obvious that he got a bit obsessed. I don't know if they had an argument the morning. She said no in an embarrassing way, and him just snapped. But
does it
No,
matter
here
though?
are the people that he said were at the bus stop. I did not accept his guilty plea because I'm like, I don't know if you're taking it for somebody else. But then
Mm-hmm.
I'll let the girlfriend come out and say, "Oh, he confessed to me." Same confessed to you, they never talk. Eh? You student upon the information like, I thought it was okay, now me. So
Yeah,
if the,
break up, Karen.
really? Can you hear
Yeah,
me
yeah,
now?
break up.
Testing, testing, one, two, three.
Yeah, man, you're good now.
Okay. So I was saying when he first confessed, I didn't really want to accept that because I was thinking that he was probably taking fault of somebody else. But then the alleged girlfriend came forward and said that he confessed to her
I know,
first.
right? And the only thing
So
they say,
if
I'm liar now. I thought about say a fake confession in me. I'm stressed out.
so if he confessed to you, is it that he confessed on the day that it happened? Because if that was the case, you should attack and people could have got check it out.
No, well,
And
actually, in all fairness to her, she said she think I joke him damn make. And when the body Friday, she realized that, and them a calling name, she realized that I never joke. Kumar,
but
you
that's
were saying
still
something?
No, I
call
was
him
saying,
anonymously and tag him not no
No,
see
okay.
you.
so what if you she was taking his stuff though, because it has to go back to what was the conversation before all of that. Because
Mm-hmm.
what if I'm pretty sure many persons probably here on the chat or on the live, maybe I've had persons who show their interest. You are not interested in them. They are pushing their gifts, and you may have said to them, "Listen, um, this relationship can only go to this level and it cannot go any further." And they may say to you, well, we still are trying now, because we are Jamaicans. We are very determined on what we want. So the gifts that he's buying, the lunch that he's buying and everything, it could be something that she had already told him that, hey, we can only be friends.
Mm-hmm.
And he believes that, listen, if I do this for a month or two, then maybe, just maybe, you can
Change
actually
your mind.
change your mind, right? So I don't want I don't want to create the scene whereby we are actually blaming the victim,
That is
right?
true. And you have a good point in a Kemar, because even though we know that it's a point that didn't come up, oftentimes females say no and men still try. That's a very good point that I don't know how never come up, because we know say a Jamaican culture that like you will legit tell a man say, you know, some other men ready and them a tell us them never ask you if you have a man. Them will legit tell you, or them will tell you say a bird can't fly on one wing. They will tell you. So that's a good point to bring up. I want to highlight the a comment made by Chilling with Lady D. She said he knew without the gifts he wouldn't stand a chance. Another that's a good point, Lady D. Another point, comment I want to highlight is one from Person of Interest. I think this is my Insta friend. I don't support violence against anyone at all, but some women look at men as a meal ticket, hence OnlyFans. I don't support violence against
Me
anyone at
want to
all.
argue about that last part there now.
Huh?
Me want to argue about that last part where so I've been our comment. What one second, Masuka. One.
Well, me not touch up on it.
But me sure, and I don't support violence against anyone at all. But some women look at men at me as meal tickets. I'm not gonna say that's not true, but I also say females been looking at men as meal tickets since the dawn of time. I just want to stress that. Members say we are come from a time where females never used to work, man used to go out and work and bring up all the money. That's how it's always been. I feel like that's how a female is wired. Lately, we've been um, morphing into something else. But I think going back to our roots, a female is wired to depend on a man. A male is wired to provide for the female and family. Is that not the case? Is that something like this is not new? I'm gonna like wanna stress out my generation. It's not new. It's just that my generation is the most morphed generation there is. That's my generation because we are work now, we are working on our money, and that never used to happen. But we seeing men as meal tickets is not anything new. And frankly, it might be a little controversial, but I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think men should know how much they're willing to give, and females should not take so much. But I don't think there's anything wrong with. I don't know. Do you think I'm wrong, Kemar? Kemar?
All right,
Do you
my
think
come back.
you
All right,
understand where I'm coming from? Quiz,
can argue with her a little bit now.
huh?
We can argue with person of interest now.
Sure.
No, I'm not really argue too much. Just my little point of view. She's saying seeing them as meal tickets hence the OnlyFans girl. I don't even know who you are, male or female. Individual, um, commenter. I'm sure you know that men love to sexualize women. You know, say them love watch up the good. Even if good and you have on like a robe, them still want to watch the good. They could wrap up in a sheet and them still want to watch it. I saw somebody post their Facebook wall today. Somebody sent her a friend request and she and accept it. Guess what the person wrote? They said hi. Facebook suggested that we be friends, but I don't think so. Can we meet up and exchange orgasms? I was like, are you serious? God no.
A guy said that to you?
Not to me, to her. They sent that to her
Oh,
inbox. And to me now, man ever asks a picture. Like, can you send me a picture? Send me a picture. Now, like, this is Instagram. I have a picture. You see it my right here. So how you can tell me no for go send a picture? So, you know, as seeing as them love them brightness there, create the OnlyFans. If them want it so much, them will pay for it.
all
And
right.
that is why people are paying for it because them want it. They want to see
Yep,
the good goes, them
yep,
want to see the sexy
yep,
picture them.
yep.
So I
That's
said,
why it's
all
such
right,
a big thing because
send
men
a
out
beach picture.
there. You have any thoughts, Kemar? Or you want to move on to the next comment?
I want to move on to the next comment because I think I'm seeing two comments that I'm very much interested in.
Interested in. All right. So next comment from Abner Leslie. All right. So he's saying some of these men have had strange upbringing and are suffering from hidden mental issues as well. And that's evident right now with our generation of man right now. They don't have the emotional intelligence to handle rejection or being conned into in a normal manner. I like
Amen.
that term, being conned in a normal manner. Like
Amen.
being
That's why you
conned
have
in
two
a
phone
normal
numbers.
manner. What that mean? Like
I don't know what
I guess he's
I don't
saying,
know what that mean either. Like,
Have
you
I
know
two
what
guess
that
he's
phone
mean.
saying
numbers.
that
When them
is
talk
he
to the
saying
number,
that
them
how we are con men and not that's a normal thing. Is that what he's saying? Because but how do you feel about the comment quiz?
All right. Well, I'm glad that he touched on the emotional intelligence part, but and the whole upbringing because what I see happens generally is that a lot of the abuse originates from the parent and it is
Especially
passed
with our
down
culture.
our culture and it is passed down generation. So just like how the father say the child say how the mother treat the father say how the mother treat the child, it is the same thing that is being replicated because when for example you have a broken home and a parent is over west and one is over east and a child said to his mom, say, "Mommy, I need a new bicycle." The first response that I see in a lot of broken homes is, "Go ask your workplace papa."
Yep.
So, so even though they have a disagreement as adults, they didn't try to bridge that gap to say, "Let us work things out. Let us for the betterment of the child." Then bring the child into the whole 1 second they bring the child into the whole broken situation and then it starts to germinate. Go ahead, Terry.
So why you think that they did not try to work things out? Why you think so?
Why I think so? Well,
Mm-hmm.
the mere fact is, if you are actually going to respond to a child and say, ask your what is it, and it means that you have not um had the emotional intelligence, as what Leslie had said, to deal with a particular issue that is in front of you, right? A better response, if we want to put it into context, is this: the child asks you for something and you can't get it, and you can't deal with it, but but you believe the father can. You could just simply say, that is the better person to get that done for you. That's a totally different response from go and ask your workplace.
I get what
I
Because
you say.
understand that. However,
Okay.
sometimes, keyword, sometimes, the mother frustrated and she tired, you know. I know the people come and say, mommy, one person that asks you, what? You know, you're frustrated, you're
You
tired.
sound low, Terrain.
And some,
1 minute. I want to
oh,
welcome Miss Crystal Cold Punch to the room. Hi, Chrissy. You look beautiful.
thank you.
All right. Sorry about that, Terrain. You can continue and speak a little louder, please, Terrain.
what?
You can continue. Sorry for interrupting you. Speak a little louder. You were low.
Low, I probably should have bought you one shot.
All right, let
I
me
was
just pick up on
saying
what
that
she was.
sometimes it is the mother is tired and frustrated, and it just happened that she just snap at the child. Well, other times, some of them just throw it out all the time. Gas, yeah, what is Papa gas? For those ones, I really can't say anything. But from personal experience, sometimes I just snap, especially when you're like, ask daddy, ask daddy, go and ask daddy, and
No,
then
but that
keep
is
on
the
and
whole.
nag. Sometimes you just snap and just say,
But
I
that is
think
the
what.
whole. But that is the whole idea of what emotional intelligence is. It's self-awareness. It is
Yep.
showing empathy. You
Yep.
understand? So it is something that needs to be taught, and it is broken homes, broken families, children having children. These are the fundamental issues that are permeating through the entire process, and this is why you have so many men, so many females viewing women viewing men as ATM, and men viewing women as sexual objects.
Okay. I want to touch on what Kemar said. I understand what he's saying. It's a situation that I extremely loathe. Of course, I'm not in the situation because I have no kids. But especially put it into the perspective when you have a boy child. I just think it's very important. You might not like the pooper. I'ma get that. But I think how you treat that, how you talk about that father in front of the child, especially a son, it don't even matter. The child in general is very important, and it definitely affects them emotionally and mentally growing up. That's what you're saying, right, Clemar? I think
Right.
that's what he's saying, and I think that's true. That's true. You're not supposed to be dissing your parents. You diss your baby father or you diss your baby mother to your friend. Them. You don't do that in front of a child. And I wish adults would understand this. Children are mini humans. Them understand way more than you give them credit for, and they're affected way more than you think. They're not gonna grow up and forget it. Certain things embedded in their brain, and I wish our culture. I think my generation is something that's going to change that. But yeah, I agree with what Clemar said. Not all of them, but some situation, I see Crystal itching to say something. So some
Before Crystal comes in, I'm just gonna say just one thing and then let her jump in. All
Mhm.
right. So when you want to drive a car, you go and you do your learners and you do classes to drive a car. When you want to make an investment, you go and you speak to a broker. How many persons here, well, not here per se, but how many persons in Jamaica actually speak to somebody before they become a parent? And I'm saying this to negate to the point where Taj is saying not everybody is looking from it from it in a logical manner. So I'm saying that is where some of the problems are. There's nobody who go and have a discussion with somebody. I feel like getting a child next year. What are the issues that I need to consider? Nobody
That's
does
a
that.
good
We just
point.
have sex and get children. I will let. I don't remember her name because she just joined, but
Christy.
I just have a question. Does Google count when you Google how much it costs and add them something there? Google count? When you were talking about who have those discussions about having children, like Google counting it, it and checking out like cribs and diapers and daycare and all them something that count.
if that counts, no, it doesn't.
I think you need to talk to somebody else, like an actual person that has lived it. I think that's what he's
All right,
saying.
let me hear from Crystal.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't have a on earphones. I'm not sure if there's feedback or
I don't
whatever,
have
but
one either,
Hearing
so I'm
you.
hearing you.
all right, great. All right, so you said something that's key in terms of establishing um counseling before. So we are very reactive. We're not proactive at all. So when baby come, life will teach you all of these skills and all that stuff. But that's, as you said, that's not so. No, something that I have learned, I'm not keen on what happened before, but I know that we have to teach our boys that women are not their property, right? So a lot of things that I realized from this culture is the victim blaming. So when something happened, when this young lady passed, before there was any form of empathy, I know persons were like, oh, should I take him things? Oh, should I this and that? Oh, them that this and that. How many times have you heard people say, oh, she get raped? Well, if she never did a weird dress that I did there, if she never did a walk at night, doing basic human things, right? So we have to change the narrative. We have to teach a boy
Yep.
putting themselves, listen, she and a your property. Emotional intelligence is key. Accountability come underneath that. You have to show them, say, listen, you don't put your hand upon the woman because I'm seeing so many persons. If she did this, if she did that. Now, earlier before I actually joined like this, I was telling somebody that I had to break up with a young man who thought we were in a relationship because I was being nice to him. Me being myself, never know say when you ask a man, did you eat? That means him feel like say I'm woman. I did not know that me being the person that I am checking up on somebody's son, like I'm gonna check up on everybody, means that me and you are planning to have kids.
Apparently, that's what men are saying. If they might do it with you, with it.
Right?
But how
So
long
it's
were you talking to the
to do
guy
with the
though?
psychological
Like
aspect of
received
this
recording and all
being.
something.
Right? Then you tell them man, and apparently me and him, and I had to break up with I wasn't with. You understand with me? I forgot through it. And I'm like, sir,
Ah,
how did
you
you get
say,
that?
Tata?
Hmm?
No, I think Terrain was asking you a question, but me never
Oh, go
hear
ahead.
it.
How long were you talking for him to think that it's a relationship?
All right. So we met a couple years ago on the internet. We've never met in person. I'm talking about weeks. He told me he had a condition, and me, Skylar know me. I'm one of those persons I go out of my way daily with people. It's just something I don't think about it. So it's something that me probably have to unlearn, right? But I will put in the effort. So I'll message him like, yeah, all right. Him have sleep issues, him have anxiety. I'm like, okay. Him say I take some pills. He need to take the pills. And so I'm like, all right, you need to eat. So me being Crystal, all right, let me just message this man. Yeah, and I'm talking weeks. It's not months. It's not years. It's nothing. We never met. I've never had any discussion to say that, listen, I'm interested in you. So how he was socialized, probably when him see woman do that, that means they're interested in him certain ways. But how do I, as a woman, because that was sketchy to me, you know, because like me say, me have to send you, because I'm telling you, I'm not interested in anybody. Skylar see my WhatsApp status every day, pretty much. And I'm always saying me no want nobody. But he would reply, like when I realized that something was wrong, he's like, "Oh, stop fronting," and I'm like, "I'm not interested in you." And he's like, "Stop playing," and I'm like,
Goes
so
back
that
to the point that Kemar was talking about. Sometimes we tell them no, and them don't take it as that. All right.
exactly they take it as a challenge. Because them ego say, my mouth says no, but your ego say, listen, she actually want me, she doesn't know that she want me yet, so I'm just
You play hard to get, girl.
yes.
You play hard to get.
You get me?
Yep. Yep.
So it's a psychological thing.
So I want to talk about the next comment by Tajay Neal. So he's saying, you guys are operating under the assumption that everyone prays from a logical point of view. If it was that she was collecting gifts, there must have been red flags that arose. You understand what Tajay trying to say?
I get it, but that's not absolute. Not everyone, like I said, everybody, your interpretation of my actions can differ. So I don't think, like, for this case, there's some ignorance and I guess there's some innocence. I don't know. We don't know the situation of all of this. Like I said, this man, even if we're using this one, he used the guise of bringing her somewhere, lured her there. This again with blaming the victim. Not everybody, not some things that I do are red flags, and to me they're not red flags.
All right,
And don't
let me
forget,
jump in.
guys, let us not forget, this girl is 20 years old. That's not old enough to have life experiences to recognize certain things. That man is 50 years old that have all the life experiences half a century.
Let me jump in on one of the points.
Benefit of the doubt.
Let me jump in on one of the points. That my only points that I would question as it relates to her actions is if the man say him leave something at home and you follow him go in yard and thing. I'm wondering at what point did she get out of the vehicle and why did she get out of the vehicle?
Yep.
That would be my question.
Yep.
Because as Taj had said, the red flags, if you know that he's coming on strong and it's something that you don't want, why would you even get out of the vehicle? Because I'm thinking then if you don't get out of the vehicle, yes, you may still dead, but make him strangle you in the car. Understand? Not in house, or you're reaching him house. So that's the point where I would question if I got the chance. Why did she even get out of the vehicle?
That's something we're wondering, and I hope at the hearing we'll hear.
You guys
You have something to say, Taryn?
Do you think he drugged her? Do they
I
get
mean,
these signs?
That's a possibility. We don't
I
know.
guess we're waiting on the autopsy to tell us what else went on with her body. That's what we're waiting on, the autopsy results.
Okay.
All right, so the next comment I want to highlight is from Tajay Neal again. It says there must have been something that he did that would have shown even a slight form of unhealthy obsession. I don't want to say that because, like I said, she's 20 years old. I don't know how to respond to that. Anybody have any views on that?
Once again, it's steering towards the narrative of blaming the victim. There's no justification for killing anybody.
Exactly.
I agree. There's
no matter what, she doesn't deserve to be killed.
Nobody deserves to die like that. Like honestly. So for me, once again, not everybody. You see the same emotional intelligence that this young man spoke of. Not everyone can pick up on certain things, because even I just said that I legit told this man me no want nobody over, and him still never pick it up. There's something, you see, communication is interesting because you have perception, then you have comprehension. Yeah. So what is perceived is not necessarily what is trying to be, message you're trying to give to somebody. You get me?
Yep.
So, and people have switched. How many times as females? How many times have you been in situations, Skylar, where you can say, all right, somebody literally just make a 180? I've been in that so many times. Humans in general. They're capable of just switching. So you think you have this idea of this person, and then something happens, maybe something triggers them, and you see a different side of them completely. We don't know what happened in that,
Yep.
in that
And she
moment.
is not here. She's not here
She's
to
dead.
defend herself.
Exactly. She's dead. This man killed her wrongfully. There is no justification. So many people are talking about, well, she's supposed to, maybe she shouldn't have. There's something else that I realized. She had a fear of taking taxes. Right? That is
Yep.
one.
Yeah, we
This
saw
is
the text messages.
exactly.
Mhm.
Then maybe in this moment, her fear of that allowed
Over.
her, clouded her judgment for certain things. You get
Yeah,
me?
nobody not. She probably not thinks that a 50-year-old man is not capable of that, and that she thinking in her naive 20-year-old mind.
Exactly.
You remember the text message said that I'm safe with Robert. I'm less safe with the taxes. Yep.
Fear. A
Hi,
fear.
Sissy. All right, so there's a back and forth thing going on in the chat where Tia and person of interest. So basically, person of interest, I say, women take up advantage of men and most know what they are doing. And then, of course, Tia lick it back and say men also take advantage of women. But I don't see women going about killing men. So it's a tit for tat, and that's true. And a woman alone take advantage of man. Men do it too, women do it too. And I not knew that.
We all use each other in some way, shape, or form. Even if we don't know, say we all use each other.
Yep.
You
Yep.
asking
Honestly,
somebody,
nice.
we do it all the time. There's no justification for certain. There's no justification. Like, why we are trying to justify it? That's what I can't understand.
All right. So Abner saying, in put in bracket, not Abner. So he said OnlyFans is a meal ticket. It is a person selling and someone buying. However you feel about that, it's not the same as boopsing out a man. There is a value for money there. You know what? You know what? I understand exactly what he's saying. At least you know what you're getting and you know what you're paying for with OnlyFans.
Exactly. It's a
You
service.
know,
It's a
yeah,
service. It's an online service.
me get you with that, man. Me get you. Tajay Neil says OnlyFans is just a product of business. There's a demand for sexualization of women, and they are monetizing the demand. I don't see the issue with OnlyFans. It's not like it's only for females. True. Tia says no matter the situation, no one deserves to lose their lives, and that's what we've been saying.
Period.
Blaming.
Period.
And then Tia, okay, Terrain, I understand. Tia puts up one. Let me highlight it up right there. Let me write it up. So Tia is saying Jamaican men who think fat punani is actually a compliment. And that's going on another tangent right now. And it's something I'm definitely okay with talking about. How males address us. Like, oh my gosh, like, no, can you know you can talk about some of the things that men say to you in the streets, Crystal. I've had somebody say to me, oh my gosh, champion girl, me the whole you spread out your legs them right now and bust up some just like that, you know. Just like that. I was so traumatized. Just like that. Oh my gosh. I was so traumatized.
Listen, we can't talk about this video. I'll never forget the brother will see me and him say, yo, General baby, me not lie. Your front pack like dove cut.
Don't laugh. Do not laugh. It's serious. That's not cute. That's not cute.
Yeah. I'm
so sorry for laughing. That's not cute. We shouldn't be laughing.
I'm sorry.
Listen, when I tell you, police, like I can't even trust. Police pulled me over already, and I'll never forget the day I was so scared in college. I was wearing leggings, and two policemen drive up on my foot and say, "Yo, if you arrest you know, And I'm like, huh? Sir, what? Man say, listen, no, man, you have too much on front. These are the people me I got trust with my life. What you say?
Oh God.
Skylar, I know you move on to a topic, but I too read in the comments and I just want to address something. I think it's Leslie who wrote it. I wasn't saying that there's a right way to kill her or a wrong way to kill her. I'm saying based on the persons who are actually blaming the victim. I was saying the only question that I would have that I would need an answer for if I could ask the dead, that's what I did say, is that I would ask her why did she get out the car, or I would have wanted to know why she got out of the car in the first place. So I'm saying yes, he's a murderer, so maybe he would have murdered her anyway, whether she's in the car or out of the car. But I would have wanted to know why inside his house. How did she get there in the first place?
I
I just
don't
need
think the
to hear
intention
on
probably
that.
was to murder her. I
But
think he
then I
wanted
think
he didn't get it. I think there's several ways you can lure somebody, you know. Because remember, you know, if you in a one car and him decides to him now wind down the window, and all right, cool. So as a sorry to interrupt you, I'm a
yeah man,
playwright,
that's
right?
fine. I just wanted to know that
Yeah.
question as to how did she reach there. But I'm not saying it is a justification for anything here.
Yeah. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
not saying that at all, Abby.
when they had.
Huh?
There are several ways I can think of someone being lured into a house.
Well true.
Like
And
one, if I have a car and I tell you that, all right, my community door safe, so you cannot stay in the car. It's easier for you to come inside. That is one. Next thing is if me have my car and me say, listen, now waste no gas low, the window wind up, such and such, whatever it is. There's so many ways. So once again, when you said that, there's still nothing, because even if she trusts him, like I said, I don't even think entire argument happened. So I don't think the intention was that. I'm not sure. As a psychopath, there's nothing, no justification for it. So initially, she
one
get
of the
lured
things
into.
I want to get real with though is that a real scenario, real experience. So I've never abused a female, thanks be to God. I've never. But I have I have friends who have done it before. And I remember this one time the gentleman said to came in the group with us and say, boy, me and ex have a little confrontation, and we asked what happened. And him say, say we actually got into a fight and my box are down and yada yada. And for me, I was so proud of our response because we then look on it and we say, yo, brother, a long time we there road, a long time we are run road and we know how the road stay, and we have sister, we have mothers, we have something there. You don't need for goddess. So you see me, I mean I say, yo, I say you're a youth we can get girl like that. Cause you're youth up on the road, you're floss, you do your thing. Why you need to actually bring forth violence to the girl if it now work? Just tell her to go on our ways. So I am saying this to say also that sometimes even your peers can keep you in check. Understand? So even your own peers can keep you in check, because if you don't harbor an abuser in your clique, sooner or later the man or the woman are gonna know, say, yo, say this not right, because nobody else not do this. Nobody else not do this. So and then you never gonna find a group where we are strictly abuser, or you gonna change them ways. So sometimes persons can, even your own friends can keep you in check.
Yep. I want to take the time to welcome Teenage Queen. Thanks for passing by. Chilling with Lady D. Thanks for being here. And Weatherman, welcome. Welcome to the chat. I look forward to your input.
I'm gonna go back now to the point that you guys are making about the different things that have been said on the road. Let me just highlight that men will say, but women will look with their eyes. And sometimes a woman will violate a man too, just by the look or the action varying. So while they may not say, sometimes the look can also be intimidating. And you might say, because of Jamaica, it's all right. Cause just like you can't go for station and go say, boy,
One girl raped me.
one girl raped me or something because I say, brother, go yeah. You get me? Go yeah. Yeah, why? Yeah, fish. Yeah, forgot. So, but it's there. Go ahead, Skylar. Go ahead.
I don't think it's the same thing though. All right, let's say we're looking, and that's fine. I'm not saying it wrong for a man be attracted to us or look us. We're not even saying it's wrong for a man to what's the word, approach us. The only thing we're talking about is the type of approach. That's all we have problems with, with the type of approach. Like, you can't come to us and not talk about body parts like that. That's not how you approach a female. That's it. We're not came. No, oh my gosh, Crystal. Can you imagine if it was our culture for a female to say, "Yo, your body look fat in that part"? Yeah. Can you imagine if that was
No, but women do it. Women do it. No. Women do it. Women do it.
No, women
Yes,
do that.
women do it. They do it.
We have women like that. Women like that. They exist. Rare, but they exist.
And they touch.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, won't deny that. But if you're going to look at the ratio, men versus women, yeah. However, what we're not gonna invalidate the madam experience, right? Because we know it's happening. I know you have girls who come and touch you and grab your college days. I've seen them.
Yeah, it does. And I mean, maybe because our response is different from what your response will be, then quite frankly, it will not seem like a issue per se, like it is for a female. So for a woman, she will feel away and she will talk about it and stuff. For a man, it is a good thing when a woman say, "Yo," understand? Or the touch. So probably, but it is also wrong.
And that is something that's wrong with our culture too. Because me have a son, and me hear woman come and say, "Boy, I can't wait till him turn 18. I'm gonna rebuke you."
Yep.
You're not
females preying on younger men.
So we have that, and you have girls, big women will fondle boys and say, "All right, yeah, grow and them look stuff there." So we cannot deny, we can't invalidate your experience because it does exist. Men do get sexually abused. We can't deny that.
True.
Yeah.
True.
However,
are the force raping of our men. That's a part of our culture too. The force raping. Me hear both fathers will take them 13-year-old son go have sex with strippers. Me hear both them situation there. Them 13-year-old son.
You put them on girls to dance. I remember growing up in like a grade 3, and I put grade 6 girls on grade 3 boys, and you're training them because that's how we socialize our men, because that defines masculinity, and it's something that we need to.
That's true.
Harassment at the end of the day, we can't deny that, and it's unfair. Because that's why, and probably that is why some of them have this, doggish, predatory kind of vibe.
Because that's how we grow them. That's how we grow them. That's
so it goes right back. You see, you guys are going right back to what I spoke about earlier, which is the parenting.
Yeah.
Because too many children are having children.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to highlight a comment by Tia. She says, "Man actually tell me multiple times, say, pussy look fat in your thighs, me woulda rape you." Can you imagine someone saying that? That's so disgusting. And few of those men were police officers. Who are we safe with?
Exactly what I was alluding to earlier.
Can't do the foolishness.
We don't feel safe.
That's not good. That not funny none at all. That not funny none at all.
All right. Me I gonna say something now. Remember Buju Banton song where say me I forget about it even if me hold it at gunpoint. Like even if me hold it at gunpoint. Remember that song? We don't know that song?
No, we don't know it.
Really? I forget about it at times, even if me hold it at gunpoint. When I was young.
Debatably.
Wait, no, man. In the context, it's different because back then, back then, right? Totally different culture. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you can see for a road, and we know it's a figure of speech.
Yeah,
However,
I was going to right there.
adult,
And everybody see it as figure of speech, and everybody smart, so.
that is it. But I heard it as an adult from a man. And when I heard it as a man, I was triggered. And then when he saw my reaction, he said, but when Buju did I sing it, everybody that dance though. And I'm like, that's deep. Nobody think about it like that. But when he said it to me, because when me I pick me, I hear that, you know. I'm thinking, damn, isn't it? Even if, yeah. But how we are socialized, as you said, has a lot to do with how we process things. Is it acceptable now? In
Nope.
Buddha symbol? No, no.
And I hope we change it. I hope we change it. I hope our generation, Crystal, change it.
No, we don't. I'm tired away. Tired.
Um,
Abner is asking something of your quiz. So Abner is saying, I don't know, why is he saying still not Abner? As in somebody else? Oh, go on. He says still not Abner, but can the gentleman talk some more about men policing each other instead of us telling women what to do to be safe? I think that's a real solution. Men must call out them, bridging them.
no, but I
That
touched
is
on that.
beautiful. That
But
is
I did touch
beautiful.
on that. I did touch on that from a personal experience. Remember, I did touch on that saying him come and say yo him abuse him woman and thing and we say yo dog you can't roll with we and yeah do them things there because it gonna make it seems like that in the group we say we are women abuser. So I did call that out. So I am also happy that he's also supporting the point
Mhm.
because I said listen you can't just you can't the wrong way and abuse your woman because eventually if a girl knows say yo you abuse she and all her friends them gonna say well of them boy they abuse her and that was not so. You get what I'm saying?
All
So
right.
I did call that out.
What about, all right? I think he's asking, give examples. I think what he's asking, or not, maybe not, he's not asking this at all. But what I would like to hear is examples. Tell the men how they can police other men. I think you touch on the fact that you don't want to be associated. Basically, you're saying you don't want to be associated with a abuser, a woman abuser, or a raper. But tell me other ways you can police your friend them into treating women a little better despite what they're wearing, how they're acting. How give examples if you can. And Abner, you can put some examples in the chat too. I'll read them.
Wow, that's a big one because for me it has to be of not being in an association with them because apart outside of that it has to come from a moral ground. It has to come from something from a value system. It can't be it's you can try to change the person, but if they have different types of groups or different homes that they actually come from, it's gonna become real difficult. And it's just like when you do a comparison with a child at school. When the child is at school, he's the best behaving child and everything. And then when him go home in a I don't want to say the wrong thing, I make him prejudice against a particular group. But when him go home in a broken home, I will just use that for the context. And him here, dirty boy, go take up this, that, them something there. He then start to immerse back into his reality, right? So now he has to have two lives. When he's at school, he's yes, miss, no, sir, no, yes, sir. And then when he's back into his comfort zone, he's a totally different person.
All right, you want to say something, Crystal?
Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
So socialization plays a lot in everybody's life, as they say, and it definitely contributes greatly to the morals or the values of a person, right? So socialization, we think about the home, we think about the church, we think about the school, etc. Similar to what you said regarding counseling, I feel like something that needs to be normalized is seeking help, getting therapy, because a lot of things start in the home, as you said. So it might be completely different where we have an angel in the home, but then the school association is different, and then at church it's different, etc. Right? And especially if we're spending so much time in school, majority we spend at least 16 years in schools, and we're moving from one like a diverse culture, especially when you go to college, etc., etc. There are a lot of things that need to be ingrained in us from all these structures. So we need somebody fair talk to the people in the home. We need to have people in the schools teaching. It's the learning, relearning, and unlearning thing. It needs to be a whole normalized project for Jamaica, as far as me say. A project me have to think about, right? So you can't blame just one thing. You see me? But when you do realize that your friend need help, you have to tell him, say, yo, brother, you need to get help. Zine, because I touched on something the other day apparently was controversial. When you grow up in a house where if you do nothing wrong, a beaten. If you say the wrong thing, a beaten. When you grow up in a relationship, you don't know about conflict resolution, but you grow up and say your mother a beat you, your mother beat your sister, your father beat your mother. Your only reasoning is all right. The solution for this is to beat somebody else.
Okay.
We take it
what
as
you're saying.
right. It might look innocent. That's why I don't believe in beating children. My son, I'm gonna put my
I
hand
don't
on
like it either. I'm not picnic, but I don't want to beat my child.
it,
It's not
right.
something I want to turn to.
Mm-hmm. So it's the environment where we raise them in life. But if you teach your mothers to listen, you know, so when you this is where you might end up having in the future. It's just like oh, we have the coronavirus now and people just walk up and down. In some places, what they have to do, they literally have to bring them assimilation, bring them in a hospital and say, see this, yes, so this is what will happen if it is that you don't fix yourself, yes. So I feel like at that we have to end up though. I don't know how much of it we can do and to what extent, but programs need to be there for the abusers. Just like when a foreigner have rehab for everything, we need to have that kind of mentorship to put in from them little straight up. Families, counseling, therapy, normalize all of it because it's not one issue.
It's a
Not those.
bunch. Yep.
It's a
Yep.
big thing.
I understand that. Tia Smith says, as a new mom of a daughter, a beautiful baby girl, I'm scared. Scared of what this place is coming to. The rape culture in Jamaica is disgusting. I feel
Period.
you, Tia. Feel you.
Fact.
All right, so whoever is behind Abner Leslie account finally revealed themselves though, because the person kept saying not Abner, and I'm wondering what. It's making sense now. So she's saying, "Hi, I'm Vanessa. If a man tells me about my poems on the road and a different man tell him he's nasty and to stop it, personally, I may just give the second man my number. Protecting a woman is something men can do. Okay. Something men can do. Yeah, true. Well, I think that's a good point. She's saying we must try our best to reward the good men. Is that something? Am I making sense? No, Lord God, crystal, like highlight. All right, maybe reward is the wrong word. Maybe reward is the wrong word, but highlight the good deeds of men who are doing good.
All right, me can say something.
Yeah.
It's because I'm with a bag of man. I know the predatory trait. I know the tactics. I know the seeping and going like say, you're
I bet where you're going.
knight in shining armor and I'm going to save you. Works all the time. I wouldn't give none of them my number, but I keep it moving.
Aha, that's why where I was gonna go with it too, because while I applaud that scenario,
Yeah,
it doesn't solve the problem. I don't see how it solves the problem because
I get you.
we can play the good guy, bad guy thing and trick you straight off.
Very much.
It's
And you
easy.
know what? It happens.
It does.
happens.
It does.
Yep, it happens.
It
That's true.
does. As
That's
teenagers, we used to do that. We want a girl number and we play one role and then the next guy play the other role and we get our number. It happens.
Yes.
So
Sadly,
while I understand what the context is trying to give,
Mhm.
you have to be careful.
I get you. Something men can do. Amen. That would be a breath of fresh air. And Tia Smith is saying sheep in wolf's clothing. All right. I think this live is like at 1 hour and 15 minutes now. I didn't want to make it too long.
I said I had to come on. I just had to come on.
Yay! Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Quiz. I appreciate you guys taking the time out on a Monday evening and I could do a bunch of other things and come on my platform, huh?
Today Monday, they feel like Friday.
It feels like Sunday. All right. I want to thank everybody that like passed through chilling with Lady D, Mr. B, and I. Girl, I love you so much. Tia, Sissy, I appreciate you. Abby, or Vanessa. Thank you for coming through, Tide. I appreciate it. You want to say something, Quiz?
Yeah,
Terrain, I appreciate you coming through, girl. You're not even there. I hope you come back and see this. I love you so much. Thanks for coming through. You want to say something, Quiz?
yes. And I don't want it to start another discussion, but I know that when we just started before the stream was broken, I said to you that the rape culture is something that is going on from BC, and I'm pretty sure you remember when I quoted that from the Bible, when I said to you that even in the Bible, King David's daughter was raped by his own brother. So, and it comes up right through the 60s, the 90s, and into now the 21st century. So what I'm saying is, unless we go hard and fast on what we call socialization, good parenting, and also to take religion as something that's also practical and not only superficial, we will never fix a broken society. I rest my case.
So I think it's safe we can end discussion saying, for us to solve what's going on now and for it to change, we need to start from the root, and the root is the home. Crystal has said brain, but brain development from the
it's the home. And
okay,
home you think or
right.
the thoughts. And
Right.
it starts in the home, so you're right.
Yeah. So I want to take the time to thank everyone that passed through. Chrissy, love you, girl. Thanks for supporting me. Thank you so much, Quiz. You definitely made it to my second talk through because it did cost me to ask me. I'm gonna invite you for the first one. So make sure we invite you for the second one.
The first one?
Yeah. Everybody was telling them they'll come. Where are they? I do not know. But it's everything happens for a reason. Maybe they get caught up in something at home. You never know. You understand? So I'm glad with the person that did come through. And I appreciate it. The inputs were great. The chat was great. And I want to thank you guys. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. Bye.
Bye, Putu.
By the way, hold on. Guys, you see this girl at the bottom of the screen? We still have 7 people on here. Krista, check out our TikTok. Like, honestly, her TikTok is gold. Check out Krista. Where are you on TikTok?
Crystal Punch. CHRYSTALPUNCH.
Crystal Punch. Definitely check her out on TikTok. You won't regret it. When you talk about good Jamaican content on TikTok, just think about this girl. Check her out on Instagram. I think she's Crystal Punch across all social medias. Check her out. Mark her face. Mark her face. All right. Crystal, you still on the YouTube?
I'm gonna start back soon. But it's the same Crystal Punch.
Crystal
Everywhere.
Punch on YouTube as well. You won't regret it. Right. Thanks, Boo. Bye.
Bye, Putus. Great seeing you. Stay awesome.
All right. So, guys, with that said, I'm going to sign off. If you're not subscribed, please click the subscribe button. And if you want to know what my channel is about, it's about me. It's about everything about me. my interest, my likes, my dislikes. So definitely feel free to share it with your. Can always check out what other video them too if you're not familiar with me. With that said, I'm gonna say thanks for watching.